Good morning, dear friends. Today we will discuss here on a statement which is in fact the thought of the day as well. You don't change people you love. You love them as they are. In fact, we were reading a diary entry of a famous artist, Said Jaffrey, a very eminent personality, film personality in the film world in India. Said Jaffrey had the guts to accept that in his first marriage he was not happy because he was influenced by the British culture. And his wife, who was very docile, very simple, homemaker, and he was never happy with her. He fell in love with his co-star and got married. And very soon he realized, within a few months, that how caring his first wife was. He regrets it. And when he went to US on some occasion, he had two children also. That lady had married someone else. He was nice and gentle, and he did not try to change her. The best learning that Said Jaffrey mentions came from his son, who said that their new father was better human being, because he never tried to change their mother, accepted her as she was, and allowed her to be what she was like. And she really, with caring and loving attitude of her second husband, she became very successful. On this topic we are discussing today, and our first speaker today is Abhishek. Abhishek, please start.
Yes. We don't change people. You don't change people you love. You love them as they are. It's true. Yes, it's true that we learn from our experiences. But if you truly love someone, then we will not try to change that person. Uh, if we love someone truly more than ourselves, then we will not try to make that person or change that person the way we want them to be. We love them as they are, as they want themselves to be. So that's it. And every person has their own rate of evolving. We all evolve at certain rate, our own rates, and we evolve as a new person to the process of time. But if we love someone, that doesn't mean that we own that person. We should respect the way he or she sees life, the way they want to be. So their opinions and their aspects should also be respected, because love is not just bound to the physical dimension, but it's a total thing. So that is why if we love someone, we will never try to change or dominate that person and change them the way we want them to be. So that's it.
So that is very nicely said by Abhishek, and particularly the striking words where we don't own that person. That's very true. So we don't consider human beings to be objects. Actually, that is how we objectify people. When we want to change somebody, it's just like we are objectifying the people. So let us listen to Somita now, who is covering herself. Somita, please come on screen and present your views. Somita, unmute yourself and please start.
Hello.
Please unmute yourself.
Hello. Hello.
Line.
So as Somita is not available just now, so I would like to invite Ishu to speak.
Hello.
Samita, I will
Can
speak
I?
later on now. Ishu, you please start.
So I would like to start by saying that we human beings are different from various perspectives, such as in the field, means in the way we think, how we behave with people, how our mannerisms are, and what are our skills, and etc. And I think that's how human beings are said as a complex being. Like that's what brings the richness in our group and when we talk with people. Like otherwise, if people would have been the same, it would be so dull and monotonous amongst ourselves. So I think being different from each other is what it's a beauty in itself, what I can say. So hence we must not try to change a person's mindset only because we don't agree amongst ourselves. Like we shouldn't like change it in that way just because we have opposite opinions. And even if we take the examples of such as siblings, they are bonded by blood, but they're individuals at the same time, and thus they have different thoughts and preferences. So from the diary of Syed Jeffrey, we see that how he was trying to mold his wife the way he wants her to see, like a more westernized way, like he was, instead of being a humble housewife. So, and that's from that part they started to drift apart from each other. From there, they started to have their disagreements. And at that time, he thought that they weren't supposed to be with each other at that time. And after the second marriage, he saw that what mistake he had done, which is he belittled his wife, his first wife, and gave lesser importance to her and her personality. But he only came to know about it when he had his second wife, who turned out to be more self centered and only cared about herself and her ambitions. And so gradually he started to miss the warmth, the affection, and the care his first wife used to give him. And in the later years, when he came to know about that, how means elegant and how of a confident lady his uh, first wife has become, he was stunned about it. But later he came to know about that how much he caged his first wife in negativity and in his demands and his selfishness. He wanted to see someone else, but he refused to see his wife, his first wife, her personality, her very own being, like who she was. So that's the thing he missed, and that's the thing he refused to see. But her new husband was totally different. He used to give the care and affection, and he used to have a selfless love towards her. And that's why how she became self-confident gradually because of it. Uh, and that's what I think that's what is the main thing. You should means embrace the person you love as who they are, as a whole being with their all the good qualities and the bad qualities. I think yeah, that's how
Okay,
it
means
is.
you want to say that we should love the person in totality and not just try to change the person from the original self. Issues thought process was revolving around two things, if I am not wrong. One is that variety is the spice of life. We human beings, thank God, are not same, rather unique, and that gives a spice to our life. And second thing is that
Yeah.
realization comes late, like in case of Said Zafri. So realization was late. If the realization had been earlier, probably the things could have been different. His life would have been a little bit easier. But then that's it. So our next speaker will be Priyanshu.
Okay, so
Yes, Priyanshu, go on.
good morning, everyone. I totally agree with my previous friends who spoke earlier, Ishita and Abhishek, that variety is a spice of life, and we should always. What I'm trying to say is, people always think that their way of life is the correct path, but often the times this is not the case. We fail to understand that no path is correct. Everyone has their own unique path, and that's what life is about. You take your own unique path and lead toward means go on in that path. Mr. Jaffrey failed to realize this and wanted his wife to take his path, wanted his wife to be means the perfect wife material for him. He failed to realize that there can be many unique ways her wife can evolve, her wife can lead her life, wife can lead her life. But all this changed when he met his co-actress. Person was all Mr. Jaffrey needed in a lady to become a wife, or a wife means a potential wife. So he got attracted and married that person. But later, when he came to realize that this person cares about her dreams, not his dreams, and means cares about herself, and not give affection to him, he now missed the first wife. Here comes the wrong thing. Mr. Jaffrey, that decision was not correct. The divorcing decision was not correct. But after the divorce, again he messed it up. He gave conditions to his love. He gave absurd demands to his love. Love should be unconditional. There should not be means demands. First, he demanded a change from his first wife. Then he demanded affection, caring, and time from his second wife. I don't disagree that demands can often cause an increase in love, but often the times it is not correct to just absurdly demand in when you are in love. Demanding is not the correct thing, and love should always be unconditional. Mr. Jaffrey was enlightened by this, enlightened by his children. His children just said the same thing, that their new father's love was unconditional. That's all what I am going to say. Thank you.
So Priyanshu puts his thought process in the dimension that love has to be unconditional. Whether it is love between husband and wife, love between friends, whether it is parental love, love has to be unconditional. That's very true.
Yes.
Love must be unconditional. And whenever there is condition, it is again objectification. So we are getting related. Next, our last speaker will be Somita, because Shalini has also some network problems. She will be sending it to video recording. And Priyojit has already sent the audio recording. So Somita, please start.
Person is unique and they have their own identity, but it's really difficult to accept people as they are. People often demand their loved ones to the way as they are, but they don't want to look to the way they already have. Similar if a married couple, something, if in a married couple somebody tries imposing his or her ideals um, on the other, one thing total happens, but the distance between them increases. That was right. And you are sorry. Um, Single citizens are also today in the modern day there with modern day students. The main storm starts if you
So more or less, we have come to an end of the discussion where three participants, that is Abhishek, Ishu, and Priyanshu, participated, where we discussed about the topic, discussed on the topic that love has to be unconditional, as Priyanshu says. Or Ishu, what did you tell? What was the point?
I said variety is the spice of
Variety is
life.
the spice of life, and thank God that we all are unique. And Abhishek's point was, what was the point I emphasized? You have not unmuted yourself.
Oh, sorry. You said that we should not objectify people.
Yeah, objectification. So these 3 points are coming from 3 speakers. Objectification should not be there. Uniqueness has to be accepted, and love has to be unconditional. That's very good. What is the next work that you have to do today before the class ends? Number 1, the Shalini has to fix the schedule, as I mentioned earlier. And the second thing is that today there was a class discussion. Rather, we can term it as a panel discussion. You have to write a report. You have report writing in your syllabus, in the class 12 board examination syllabus. So you have to write a report in about 100, 120 words, 10 marks question this is. You have to write a report on today's panel discussion. Okay, a report on today's panel discussion. Just like for your school magazine, you are writing this report, not the newspapers. For the school magazine, in your school, there was a panel discussion, and write a report on that. Okay, so this is the work. This is the last work. You will keep on sending. Even if you send it after 10:30, no problem. Send it, I will check it. Okay, that's all in the class today.